First, let's just kind of start off on reflecting on this past year and how your general thoughts on how it went.
Yeah, I think personally, a few ups and downs, but overall was a good season. Making the transition to center back and sticking with it. I was pleased with how it went. But obviously most important is how the team does. I'd rather sit on the bench and watch this team win an MLS Cup than play in any games. So always wearing it on my sleeve and. Team-wise was a tale of a couple different parts of the seasons, a bit of a roller coaster. And talking with Jeremiah, it was basically how the last game ended. We a couple highs, couple lows, and just so close in a certain occasions. So overall, we made the playoffs, and that's all fine and dandy. But at the end of the day, we're still seeking the elusive MLS Cup, and ultimately, that's what you're judged on. Especially in the U.S. and how your season goes. So still seeking that, which is good. We always have something to search for. There's no complacency here. I think everybody's still reeling how the season ended. And obviously still hungry to get back after it. And, I'm already annoying my wife sitting on the couch and being home for so long. And she's like, wait, when does preseason start? So, at this point, it is what it is. But reflecting, it was okay. It was okay.
How hard was it for you just to sit and watch rather than participate and be on the bench for that
Worst part. It's the worst part. Sitting at home, my feet were like freezing cold, but I was dripping sweat, and that's, I think that's just passion and wanting to see the team exceed more than anything. So obviously, difficult to sit at home and watch. You want to be out there. You want to lace up the boots. You want to battle with everybody. But you got to be the team's biggest cheerleader at that point, and do what you can to send positive vibes, and you hope to get the right result. But at the end of the day, it wasn't what we had.
How much do you guys look at that middle portion of the year and be like, and just think, what if that hadn't happened?
Every season is what ifs. Last year against the Galaxy is what if. What if we win that series and we host MLS Cup? What could have happened? We wouldn't be having this conversation right now about trying to achieve MLS Cup. So I think it's too difficult to look at it that way. You've got to put your head down, have a short memory, knowing what you did wrong and where you can improve. But, like you said, looking at the middle part of the season, did we correct things? Was it because we got players back healthy? For sure. 4 or 5 of those games, a minute either way, puts us in a different position, at the end of the year. So, yeah, a little bit of what ifs, but at the end of the day, it's put your head down, try to have a short memory, and what can we do next year to win this thing?
Because of various reasons, you had to play all over the field this season. Is there, during this offseason, are there places that you would like the team to focus on or improve upon so maybe you don't have to be that utility player?
No, I think it is what it is. It's the gift and the curse of being versatile. When 2 or 3 guys go down injured in one position, it's, the logical choice is to put the 4th, 5th guy in. And sometimes that happens to be me at multiple positions. So do as you're told and put your head down and work. Is it nice to have a rhythm and be consistent and, play one position? Of course. The reality is the way that I see the game, the way that I play the game is that's knowing now, 10 years into it, is that's never going to happen. So is what it is at this point. I think everywhere can be improved, and I think that's the way that we have to approach it. So that keeps guys on their toes, knowing that there aren't very many safe options, and making sure that if you don't perform, that somebody else can step in. But if you do perform, being rewarded for it.
What do you hope to improve personally going into next season in your game?
Yeah, I think strength. Playing against a guy like Adi was difficult. In certain situations. I think speed. On the turn, overall speed is okay, but I think speed on the turn, I think reading the game was pretty good. Passing out of the back, long balls can always improve accuracy, but overall, I think strength is a big part of being a good center back. Not always, but it gives you a little bit of an advantage in certain situations. Drogba comes into town. You saw at the end of the year, that's his whole game. So trying to improve in that area is something that I'll definitely be doing.
Hopefully at some time coming back. Are you looking forward to getting back in the midfield, or give you feeling pretty good at center back?
Yeah, I think for me at this point, I've got to focus on myself. Obviously, we wish everybody was healthy, and obviously in his situation, it's a speedy recovery. But at the same time, ultimately with Chad, myself and Roman, I think it'll be a battle. And that's what you want. What we spoke about before is competition at every position and keeping guys on their toes. So for me, I've got to not give them an excuse to make a change.
So you want to come back at center back?
Of course. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do, and I know that that's what I want to do. So I have to do my best to not give them any reason to change that or change my mind about that.